Well, I don't, yeah, how do I even start this video? You know, I gave Jack that extra rat yesterday, and he's still very much in that, you got something to eat for me today. So, you know, he has been over and, you know, I've been, I've put my hand up here and he's like, vroom. Well, he's not right now because he's already done it a couple of times, but you'll see when I open up, and I'm going to move back a little bit. You know, I'm not going to attempt the fate of Jack thinking that I've got something for him to eat. But, you know, this is sometimes what you may be dealing with when, you know, your guy is being defensive or thinking that he might be going to get a feed today. So it's always very wise to be cautious when you see your snake like this in their enclosure. You would not be going and sticking your hand in there at this particular point because you are bound to get nipped. So, you know, Jack is not hungry, and I know he's not hungry, but he's still in that feeding response mode. So, you know, if I were to, you know, put my hand in, he's instantly alert that my hand is pretty much there and is quite capable of, you know, coming at me. But he's also got that sense about him that I'm not the rat. So, you know, he's in two minds. But, like I said, I'm certainly not going to be tempting fate. So basically, if you've got a snake that you know right now is being like Jack and would take that swipe at you, when I say hook, which I've got my hook, this is what you can do. So basically, you know, see what I mean? He knows. Okay, bud, it's not a rat, and it's your mum. So, what do you say? Hey, what do you say? You okay? You okay? So, you know, he's understanding right now that I'm not the rat, and now I can pretty much, you know, put my hands on him. Yeah, he's still in that strike position, but he also knows right now that I'm not the rat, and he's not going to, he's nice and warm, but he's not going to have a go at me. If you need to use that hook, it doesn't hurt them, it just gives them a little bit of a heads up, and it sure beats taking a bite, which none of us want to. You know, it's stressful to your snake, and yeah, it's stressful to us to even deal with it. So, you know, use the hook. Let them know, you know, that you are who you are. And yeah, don't be afraid of them either, because they also can learn that as well, that they've got you fooled and that you'll leave them alone. So yeah, let them know. You know, he's turned around and had a look, but it's me. So, you know, I'm not going to stick my nose right near his mouth. And if I wanted to, I could get him out, and I'm sure he would be perfectly fine. But, you know, he has got that full belly. You know, he's still, about it. But, you know, he's not going to swing around and take a bite. So, Jack, I'm going to leave you, bud. And you behave, please. Yes, I've got fingers at the side of that camera. You're going to come and say hello to the camera? Eh? Or is it more about, no, your finger's not there anymore, so I'm not coming any closer. Hey, bud? So I keep telling him to behave himself, but, nah. Not yet. Give him a couple of days, I'm sure he'll be fine, guys. Well, guys, I've just done a video on Jack, and you may be getting a little bit sick of him, but, you know, I'm going to lead into the conversation around, you know, Jack is in a major feeding zone, and you know, he's been quite a handful for me right now. So, you know, there does come a point. Jack has had a and I'll open this just so he may not so do it right now, but he's still very much on that high alert. And just prior, and I once again didn't have my camera going, but he come out of that hide, and he came straight out virtually and took a strike, mouth open, even though I was not in the enclosure at all. All I had virtually done was open up the door. So, you know he's not hungry. Yesterday, yes, I could put that together and say, well, that extra large was just not enough for Jack. But today, I'm not putting up with it. So there does come a point where you have to teach your snake some manners. So, without sounding like I'm too harsh, but there does come a point where you look at it and you need to say, you need some discipline, boy, and get your manners back. Because right now, Jack doesn't have any. So yes, guys, snakes sometimes do need discipline. Now I'm opening up the door. I had to shut it and put a new battery in. But as you can see, he is, I put my hand in. Yeah, he would probably strike out at me, whether he connects or not. And thus far he hasn't come close enough to do it. And whether that is actually him recognising it's not a rat, but I'm still not going to go close enough for him to actually get me. So when I say snake discipline, no, you don't get a snake out and smack its butt, or you know, you're grounded to your room. And I know that sounds funny, but I'm just trying to put it in some aspect and not try and be too serious, because I'm quite I'm not happy with Jack right now. So snake discipline for me is, you know, he needs the hook, and he knows what this is because he's had it on his nose a couple of times today. So basically, you know, he's going, get that away from me. I'm just giving him a bit of a rub to let him know, you know, hey boy, it's mum and not a rat. And, you know, would I stick my hand in there right now? Yep. And look at that. Immediately he spins around. And I'm only one-handed. So, not easy. You know, you would generally have the hook in one hand and then you've got the use of your other hand. And that hook is the control. So I don't have the ability to really kind of sit it anywhere. And you may think that I'm tempting fate by even attempting to put my hand in there. But you know, guys, the hook does work and I can't get it to go anywhere. But you know, disciplining your snake, you do have to do it, unfortunately. And Jack's in that mood. And I'm not going to let him bite me. He's not going to get away with it. So I have no option but to be what would be considered to be that little bit of a meanie right now. So they need to have their manners kept in check. And Jack needs it. He just needs it. Oi, just snap out of that, please. And that's how I do it. I let him know. You aren't doing that. So, you know, he's immediately, okay, that hook's gone. And I just go back in and go, hey, yeah, enough. You know, he's not going to be getting away with that. It is dangerous to me, and I certainly don't want it starting. So, you know, I'm not going to push him too far today. Just let him know I'm not tolerating this. You know, I can understand where some people may be quite fearful of that. You know, look at him, he's ready to take a swipe. Aren't you afraid? I'm not afraid, but I'm not going to be an idiot and take a bite just because. And I'm certainly not going to do it just to get a video of a snake biting me either. So, you know, he's kind of okay. You know, no rat is coming in, and I won't be so focused, but he's still there. So we'll see how it travels, guys. So there is a time to discipline and snap him out of this, because he needs to come out, and it's not going to stop me getting him out. But just to let you know, there are times that a snake does need to be disciplined and reminded that this behaviour is not going to be accepted. Instinct or no instinct, this is a behaviour that you do not want. And this is highly unusual from Jack. And I certainly wouldn't want that wrapped over my finger or hand or arm or wherever anyway. So guys, don't be afraid to discipline, and you know, that reprimand, if that behaviour you see is not acceptable, and really it is, in the sense of that feeding response behaviour, that striking at you behaviour, you do need to pick up a hook. So I'll leave you with that, and yeah, as the norm, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And if you would like to leave any comments and give me your opinion on this, I welcome it. If you feel that, you know, I'm being too tough on him, let me know. If you've got some other ideas on how I can deal with this, I would love to hear from you too. You know, Jack is my gentle, calm fellow, but right now he's not quite fitting that. So ciao guys. Bye.